Hey, hello everybody. I don't know if anybody's here yet. Doing some pop-up activism for a half an hour out here. Just for a half an hour, whenever you can. And I had one, so why not? Crap. Lighting's kind of bad here. Come on, buddy. Just doing a little outreach here today. Yep. Hi there. Hi guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? 3 quick questions. All right. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
This coffee's not hot, and it's still $4 for this coffee. It's not hot. What's up, buddy? You want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet?
Why aren't you vegan yet? That's a tough one for an Italian boy, bro.
Oh, okay. I heard.
Sorry,
We can do it. It's the nicest way to live.
I'm on the last quarter of my life. I ain't giving up.
I got you. Hi, guys. How's it going? Hi, guys. Hey, hello there. Hi, guys. How's it going? You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet?
Thank you.
Few quick questions. Test your values. All right, guys. Hi, lovely vegans. Or lonely vegans. Oh, lovely vegans. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing a quick little half hour here, see if I can get anybody to have some conversations, at least invoke some presence for you. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? Keep your questions for YouTube. Up to you. All right, guys. Have a good day. Cheers. Welcome. Oh, there we go. Okay, we have and I know you're a vegan for the animals because of your name, so I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Hello, Crisped. How you doing? Hi, guys. How are you? So I just paid $5 for this coffee, not even realizing it's completely warm. It's probably a 30-cent cost I have here for the $5 I just paid. Hey guys, if you're just getting here, we're just talking to the public today, asking them why they're not vegan yet, and fielding out a little Q&A. So thanks for being here. We're in a nice hustling and bustling town, nice and busy, and there's a lot of people. So I encourage all vegans to get out here and do this. Just if you got a half an hour a day, a little bit of time a day, why not? Hi guys, you want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? You quick questions? Hi guys, not being vegan is not being nice. Have a good one, guys. And we just kind of talk to people. We tell them not being vegan is not being nice. We tell them it's 2025, you can do it. We tell them it's a great little exercise here. Hi guys. A little thought experiment per se, just to field out, everyone's kind of value action spread. Because there's so many people that are very vegan at heart, but we've been convinced to partake in actions that don't align with our values. It's really bad. Hey Marcos, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. Hey Noah, how are you? Okay. Noah says he likes meat. Maybe by the end of this live stream, we will get you saying no to meat. Crisp says, what do you do for a living? Well, it's not really relevant, Crisped, so we're going to keep it, and we're going to keep the subject on the animals today. Unfortunately, everybody does have to make a living, and unfortunately, we live in a capitalistic framework where nothing really ethical comes out of it when you have herderism and capitalism shoring up everything. But we have to work, right? Everyone has to work. It may or may not be nice to eat the flesh of animals, but actually, no one is good but God regardless. Jesus Christ is sinless but died for our sins. What's going on, buddy? You want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? Your good questions. Field out your values a little bit. That's it.
Later.
All right, man. Have a good one. Are you vegan? Of course. I would hope so. The guy just asked, "Are you vegan?" Yeah. So check out the movie Christspiracy. It's free on YouTube. You can watch it, and you can learn about how Jesus was actually vegan. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions. All right, guys. Not only was Jesus a vegan, but he was a vegan animal rights activist. Anyway, if you were interested in the actual compassionate version of the Bible, and the version of which probably did more likely unfold, watch Christspiracy. And instead of conspiracy, just Christ before the spiracy. And it will answer all your questions. All you got to ask yourself is, was Jesus the most compassionate man that ever lived? And is the Bible based on compassion? That's it. That's all you got to ask yourself. It's really simple. Hi, guys. A baby? Well, here's the problem. When you guys aren't vegan, and especially all the alpha guys in the room, you guys posture with this kind of big and bad alpha appeal, you're paying to kill a toddler, a youngling, a little child. They're like, I think it's 18 to 24 months olds when they are cold, and you're paying to do that. So somebody can put a nice, pretty plate in front of you, and then capitalism can make you feel like you're big and bad. I hate to frame it like that, but that's the isness that's underneath all the noise, all the BS on surface level that you're meant to believe. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? All right, guys. 2025, we can do it. They need us. Have a good one, guys. His Serenity says, "I'm not a vegan. Give me a reason to become one." Well, are you a guardian or a protector? Are you against animal abuse? Because that would actionize your veganism. You may be a vegan at heart, but you're not actionized. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? For questions? All right, guys. Just asking the public today. Have a good one. All right, we got some other activists here. They're going around with the Bible. Here we go. Check it out. We got the truck. And on the truck it says John 3:16. I guess we got a lot of people coming out here today. Yeah, so that's what I would say. And I'm only out here for a little bit today, guys, but this is something we're trying to encourage more vegans to do, pop-up live vegan outreach, where we just simply come out, pop up in whatever town we're at, and, kind of help people. We kind of help people align actions with values. That's really all it is. People they have their values, which a lot of people have good values, but the actions distort the value system. And we're just here to help people, let them know that they've been kind of tricked into doing what they're doing, and it doesn't align with their true nature. Yes. Hey, Atira, how you doing? Atira, it looks like it's only me and you in here right now. Oh, okay. We upticked to 5. YouTube's got my algo tempered. Hi, guys. So far, no takers. Atira, I was practicing my music last night, just so you know. Put yourself in the position of the animal. You wouldn't want to be hurt as well. Exactly. It's like once and I'm sure you're learning this with your outreach, like once we kind of tilt everybody to the outlook of the animal, all arguments there are now being argued from crumbles, because you can't speak for somebody else's sovereignty and speak out of their sovereignty. You just can't do it. And then what usually comes is the reflexive, well, they're not the same as us. And then that's when you really got to get put your foot down and get ready for the work, as far as unlearning what we've all been taught. Hi, guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions. Hi, guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? Have a good day, guys. Yeah, but I got a little break, so I'm gonna go to 30 minutes and I'll be taking off. But I figure 30 minutes today wouldn't hurt, right? Oh, I am practicing some soundtracks. So I was trying to play Now We Are Free from the movie Gladiator last night. Move over here so these guys can have a little space to take pictures. Yeah, I was practicing that. I can play a little bit. I'm perfecting my Interstellar. I'm playing. What else did I play? The song Time from Inception. So one of the big motivators for me playing the piano is to learn how to play all my favorite soundtracks from movies. So I'm kind of doing that right now. That's my Kickstarter plan. Yeah, they're killed at a fraction of their lifespan. What do you say to the argument that veganism is not easy to manage because you miss some essential nutrients? That's a great question. Thank you. I would say that we've been taught that, and we're still continually taught that by different narratives. I don't take vitamins. I don't take supplements. I've been vegan for 13 years. I don't just partake in that bullshit. You don't need any vitamins or supplements if you're a vegan. None. I mean, and you're healthier than people that are putting the animal stuff like the cortisol, the IGF-1, the hormones. I mean, not putting that stuff into your body is better than putting it in your stuff. Hi guys, you guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? So you're healthier on a net basis. It's really simple. But industry and supplement and pharma and animal ag collusion have built out these messagings that tell us all that we need certain vitamins and nutrients, and they're not out there telling everybody this information out of our best interests. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, but yeah. Thanks for being here, guys. If you can, thumbs up the stream. Let's see if we had a solid 19 people in here before, and now we've got a nice cool little group here. I'm gonna go until 30 minutes and then start heading back. I actually have to do some work to kind of go back to work effectively. But hey, you got a break? Go out in your local town, just start speaking up a little bit. Try to engage some people. What? You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions. Just testing values today, guys.
Like when you come out.
Hi, guys. Yeah. And we got this guy coming back. So you not even monitor your iron and B12? Yeah, vitamin B12, don't worry about that. It doesn't exist. That is a lie that is born out of pharma and animal ag collusion. All right, man, you trying to step up to this?
Yeah, maybe later.
Okay. I might not be here, but think about the animals, man. That's all you gotta do.
Which animals?
It's full stop. The ones we eat. And then the argument comes to a full stop. Okay, have a good one. Yeah, you don't need B12. B12 is a fake vitamin. Anybody that tells you need to eat it is lying to you. And they do not have your best interests in mind. And they themselves could be tricked. But essentially what it is cobalt cyanide, a Mr. bacteria. We don't know where that comes from. GMO waste, dairy waste, or sewage sludge. And they build that out in the lab. They market it as something that vegans need. And then they make a bunch of money off of people. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? Few quick questions. Just testing values today. That's it. All right, guys. Have a great one. I guess that's funny. Yeah. So. And the protein argument's off the table too, guys. I mean, I would never tell anybody to not eat meat if they really genuinely think that they need to have it for iron. That would not be my place. Just like I will never tell anybody not to eat B12 if they genuinely think they need it for whatever it is they need it for. That would not be my place. But I can tell you that if somebody tells you to take or to eat meat or to eat B12, they are lying to you. And they don't know any better. And that lie is just as harsh as if they did know any better. Because it does the same damage. Something to think about. Do you eat eggs or drink milk, or is it just actual meat? Yeah, so vegans, we don't eat meat or cheese or milk or eggs or seafood or honey. We don't eat any of those because there's cruelty involved in all of them. Whenever there's an animal and we are trying to harvest something from an animal and we're resourcing from them, they are no longer taken care of. Now that is called exploitation. Find it hard to do street activism alone. How do you find the confidence with the AV group? It's easier, but they only do it like 1 or 2 times a month. Yeah, no, I mean, I'll be honest with you, Tira. I get a lot of anxiety myself, and I'm an anxiety person. And it's funny because I'm making a video that's going to have to do with that, probably within the next month or so, and I think it'll be kind of interesting for everybody. But yeah, there's definitely this like curve, and it just has to do with, I guess, frequency, and then it just becomes easier, I suppose. Hi guys. There definitely are a lot of characters out and about. So I 100% get that, and there's a lot of just mean-spirited people out and about, you know. But I guess maybe you know, if you wanted to do it solo, you could start off with a goal like once a month for like a half an hour, and start there. I actually started in June 2023 with. I went out and I reviewed my first outreach like a little while ago in a live stream like a few weeks ago, and I was so freaking nervous. I was doing this the whole time, swaying, you know, just laughing. I got carried away. And the first few outreaches, especially solo ones, were really ugly, especially with me being inherently anxious and anxiety kind of imbued person. But the more I did it, the better. And I started and I did it once, right? I didn't do it again for 3 more months because, like you said, it's just, it's definitely a bit daunting. And then after that, in like November, I did it again in February. So it was like 3-month breaks. So I did it in June, or 5-month breaks, the first one. June, November, February. And then I started going consistent after February. But it gets easier the more and more you do it. Hi guys, you guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions. Hey, come on. How about you guys? You want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? Just testing values today, guys. That's it. Have a good day. That's against the whole current research. So many people get anemia when you do not monitor the 2 values, especially when you are female. No, it's unfortunately, it might be against research, but you have to understand what shores up research. There's a primary to all research, as is there's a primary to all science, and that primary is money. So scientists are very sensitive to the funding. Researchers are very sensitive to the funding. There's no kind of magical unicorn kind of ethos that underlies all research. It just doesn't exist, especially not in the land of capitalism. Hi guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions. Have a good day, guys. But, I mean, and you'll also have to keep in mind that those 2 values that you mentioned, the iron. I mean, first of all, iron you know you can get from plants, right? You don't need, iron is not an issue. You just get it from plants. Now, people that fearmonger and market B12, they want you to think that you need certain B12 levels. Those levels that everybody refers to, be it doctors, scientists, etc., are always levels based on the synthetics consumption. Hi guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? How about you guys? You want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? All right guys. Have a great day. So they really just built a product, just like if I were to build out a product and then trick people into eating it, and then all of a sudden fear-mongered that they need to have it, and then after that, get them tested, and then when they're tested, they're testing against the synthetic, the product they just made. I hope that makes sense. So it actually doesn't exist. It's a big fat lie that was architected by animal ag and pharma. I know it might sound crazy. That's because 99% of information online, which is all material and can be tinkered, adjusted, and fit to a narrative, all tells you the antithesis. So I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you really think you need it, like I said, I'm not going to tell someone they can't eat meat because they think they need to eat meat. I'm not going to tell someone they can't eat B12 because they think they need to eat B12. Okay? But we're out here for the animals. Hi, guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions? All right, guys. Have a great day. Think about the animals. Yeah. And if we are out here for the animals, we don't want there to be a B12 Achilles heel, because that just hurts them. That just hurts their chances. When we perpetuate and we maintain that, we hurt their chances by having to concede that a plant-based diet is weak. We don't do that. We tell the truth. Tira says, yeah, you can eat a lot of iron-rich foods. Do research on what contains the nutrients. You'll be fine. Exactly. Got some fellow animal rights activists in the chat with me tonight. Nice to have you here, Tira. I'm gonna do 8.5 more minutes, guys, and I'm out of here. If there's any vegans watching, hi guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet?
Thanks, man.
All right, have a good night. Any fellow vegans here? I just popped up in my city. I got a half an hour to kill. I'm just out here speaking up for the animals. You can do the same thing. We know that our positioning is ironclad. Hi guys. Anybody want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions. Just test your values. That's it. All right, guys. Have a good one. You get a lot of. You might have people laughing at you. You might have people saying things. You might have people making faces. But just think about, those little guys that don't have a voice, and then think about how people are tricked, and good people will change. Hi, guys. You guys want to try this? Why aren't you vegan yet? A few quick questions. All right, guys. And even if you don't talk to anybody, obviously right now I'm trying to egg people in here to get some healthy partnership-based conversations going. You're still out here with a presence for the animals. You give them a presence for X amount of time, X many days a week, a presence they wouldn't have had otherwise. And a presence they're not going to have if you don't do it. Because they have nobody else. Mainstream media, they might showcase and share what someone had for their vegan lunch, but they're not propping up and motivating these live streams or compelling forward these live streams. Hi guys, we need actual people out on the street as well, in person.
I'm very intrigued.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. Thank you for having a conversation with me. So I'm James, right? I'm an animal rights activist. I literally just ask people a few quick questions, and they're really simple and they're really straightforward.
Okay.
I guess the first one is, do you think that animals deserve rights?
In what sense?
Not in the sense of operating a crane, and not in the sense of, say, voting for their favorite politician, right? But let's just say in the sense of bodily autonomy, like having a sovereignty over their own vessel, their own flesh.
Well, I think when it comes to autonomy and having a sense of self, that kind of will is really only with humans, like how God created the difference of humans versus animals.
Okay.
And so I think when it comes to autonomy comes from choice.
Yes.
And when animals, they don't really choose. It's more like an innate. It's this it's instinct, right?
There's a bit of it, but we know they're sentient, right?
Yeah, they're sentient. Yeah.
And I would contest that God created them knowing they had sentience. Would you agree with that?
Enough sentience to survive.
Yeah, but to feel pain, they have the capacity.
Well, they have the capacity to feel pain,
Yeah.
but that doesn't necessarily make you as sentient as a human, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I could probably contest. I mean, I agree with you that humans have a higher degree of meta awareness. Animals know, but humans, we know that we know.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I would say, how you doing? I would say that the sentience factor right there, if we're coming from a place of compassion, like you pointed to God and to religion, would you say that God is compassionate?
Absolutely.
Would you say that the Bible is founded on the precepts of compassion?
I would say Yes.
Okay. That right there, it solidifies and kind of breaks all other arguments if we're coming at it from the religious or philosophical lines along those lines. Just because, like on a nutrition basis, what do you think we need from an animal to survive?
Well, there's protein from the meat.
Okay.
And meat tastes really good.
Okay, yeah, and it tastes good. I got you. I wasn't vegan for 30 years. I'm 43 now, so it's been, I guess, about 13 years.
Yeah.
But as far as the protein factor, do you know where the animals get the protein from?
I'm actually not sure.
Well, I mean, they'll get it from the plants,
Yeah,
right?
like-
and they'll assimilate it, and they'll get it directly from the plants. Just like if we were to eat plants, we would get the nutrition directly, right? But we've been taught by narratives, we've been taught by profit machines that basically you're getting a higher quality protein if you eat it from an animal. And this is nothing but a lie. Like if you're eating animal protein, you're also getting IGF-1, TMAO, cortisol hormones, growth factors, plaque-promoting cholesterol, copious amounts of saturated fat, and you're also eating the fear that they felt before they died. Like that's baked into the cake. We can't get around it, right?
I think there's ethical, like I agree that a lot of the meat industry and like the animal industry, like the food industry for animals is like, I can say that a lot of it is unethical. I actually did a lot of research this in college.
It's like you see it and you just
you
know.
see it and you
You're
just
like,
know.
You just know. You don't have to think about it. You just,
Yeah.
you look at what these helpless little younglings are going through.
Yeah. But I think
And-
there is an ethical way of going about with slaughtering
Yeah.
animals. Like I don't think they should be kept in these like mass, warehouses where there's like not enough food, like not good food for them. Like there's not enough space. Like, and I believe that they like should be treated right and well.
And you know where that comes from? I would contest that those are whispers right there, that your own intuition is telling you something right there. That because you know something's wrong when you see that, I think deeper and deeper, you would agree that it's just wrong to do it anyway. Because the only reason we're doing it is because of arbitrary nutrition. I think we could probably agree that you don't need anything nutritional from it. Like I don't take vitamins or supplements. Like there's a lot of fear mongering out there that goes on. Like they'll tell you need this vitamin, you need this supplement, you need this. Don't listen to any of it because there's money underneath all of it. But because you see that something's wrong, or you want to have it, you would want them to be built in a better way. That's really, I think, a whisper of your own intuition telling you that you just know something's off. And we can really only operate from where we're at as far as our realizations or our awarenesses right now. But if you do believe in Jesus or in the Bible, I mean, you can't argue that he was incompassionate. You know, he was compassionate beyond all means. And if we're going around and I'm going to vote for a burger over there, or I'm going to vote for a steak over there, I'm voting against compassion. I'm voting against my own values when I do that. And there's no way to argue around that because the dollar eclipses all things as far as the actual actionable mechanism of change, right? Like we have ballots, we can vote for our favorite politicians. Stuff's going to happen. There's a whole cacophony of events there. But the dollar gets counted every single time. And we're just going to be whatever we vote for, you know, or we're going to be we're being the change we want to see in the world when we vote for whatever system we're voting for. I wish I had cards that I could give out today because I don't have any cards. But if you go to my channel, Vegan Sign Guide, I have tons of resources, conversations like this. I have tons of interviews I do with authors and public speakers, activists in the vegan space. And you know, this whole thing is in the spirit of love and sharing. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just in the spirit of love and sharing because people don't know. We've been tricked by these guys upstairs that they have got us to believe that what we're doing is normal, it's necessary, and it's nice. And we have this ability right now in 2025 to say no to these orders that they're giving us. And we can vote with our hearts and not just what we've always done. But what other questions you got for me?
Well, I was just interested to hear what your questions were. I think it's, like, I know we can differ in our belief systems, and it's like, I think it's important to have, you know, discourse over these things. And I think it's really...
It's not going to happen anywhere else.
Exactly. So it's good that you're like, asking uncomfortable questions, and like that's important.
Yeah. The important thing is to do it in a kind way, right?
Yeah.
Because it's in the spirit of compassion. Like we want to help our fellow human brothers and sisters because we've all been tricked by these guys. You know, and the more we keep voting against their values, they're just laughing because they're making all the money off of us. Animal Ag gets subsidized $40 billion a year.
plant agriculture gets nothing every year. And that's a bellwether to what's really going on, is the money, you know? I would challenge you, like, what's the biggest thing stopping you from going vegan? Is it taste?
I love meat. Like
Yeah,
I eat
yeah,
any
yeah.
form of meat. I love fish.
Listen,
like I love, like it tastes so good.
Yeah.
I grew up eating it.
Yeah,
Like
yep.
it's
Yep. I was the guy that goes into the restaurant, gets the biggest steak on the menu. I got the big glass of wine. I got my now wife. She's right next to me. I love meat. I loved it. I ate it almost every meal. I used to take eggs and put them in something like this and then just eat 6 eggs just like that. But I watched a speech called The Greatest Speech You'll Ever Hear by a guy named Gary Yourofsky 13 years ago. And if you go to Vegan Sign Guy, my channel, you'll see the speech there. I watched it one time and I said, no way, F this guy. This guy sucks. I'm going to continue what I'm doing. But then a week later came and I watched it again because something whispered to me and I had to watch it again. And then after I watched it again, I was like, how in the hell can I argue with any of the things he's laying down there? It's just, he was right, and I had to do something. So now I've been vegan. My wife, my daughter's vegan. She doesn't take vitamins or supplements. You don't need anything extra from an animal, zero. And you can actually live compassion. You know, instead of, we all go around talking about compassion, but you can actually live compassion. So I guess that's what I would frame, you know, in our discourse here.
Good to meet you.
What was your
James.
first name?
I'm Izzy.
Izzy, thanks for having the bravery to come over. Thanks
That's
for
my
having
dad.
Oh, very cool. And thank you for filming. Thanks for having the courage to come over, because it takes courage, you know? And all this is just, like I said, it's a conversation in the spirit of love. You know, but check out my site, Vegan Sign Guy. That's the site. I'm not selling anything. It's just resources. It's just sharing of information. That's it. Izzy, nice to meet you. Take care. Okay, guys, that was awesome. Hi, Pip, how's it going? So she was really sweet. Her name was Izzy. Her dad was filming me right behind me. That was interesting. That's okay though. And we just shared with Izzy about, you know, animals and how we don't have to eat them. We don't have to kill them. We don't need anything nutritional from them. We postured that that's how you live with compassion. That's how you actually embody the compassion. And you know, whether or not Dad liked it, he was listening to everything right there. So you get to outreach multiple people at once. Pip, nice to see you. Vegan X. In outreach, end the diet talk ASAP. Bring it to a minimum. You know, that's what we try to do, but that's part of it. That's part of it. We have to mention that you don't need anything nutritional from an animal. And the second they posture that you do, they're posturing that a vegan diet lacks. And that's one thing we definitely don't want to do. Hi, guys. All right, I got a few more minutes. Thank you. I thought that was a great conversation too. And you know what? I came out here for a half an hour. I got a great conversation. I don't have my cards, so I can't give out my cards. But you know, even if you have no conversation, zero, just being out here, being a presence for them, it's just a beautiful thing. So I think I'm actually going to wrap up here, guys, because I got to head in. I got to go back to work, is what I'm trying to say. So thanks you guys for being here. You know, I said a half an hour. We went 33 minutes, but we had a nice little conversation there. I'll see you guys next time. Of course, we're doing fake B12 Fridays on Friday. We're going to review Matthew Nagra's video on me. We might touch on some Dr. G stuff. We'll field Q&A, and we'll stop conceding this weakness as vegans, and we'll start doing the animals real justice. And then I'll probably be doing outreach Saturday night, late night as well. All right, guys, love you all. Have a great night. Bye, guys.